Hi everybody, my name is Ian Vargo and welcome to another episode of The Sounds of Springfield. Today I'd like to analyze the sound from the Season 8 episode, The Mysterious Voyage of Homer. In this episode, Homer attends Springfield's annual chili cook-off and has a showdown with Chief Wiggum. Check it out.
Hello, Chief.
Afternoon, Homer. Care for some chili? I've added an extra ingredient just for you. The merciless peppers of Quetzalcoatl, grown deep in the jungle primeval by the inmates of a Guatemalan insane asylum.
The music we hear when Homer and Wiggum are face-to-face is a reference to the score from The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly by legendary composer Ennio Morricone, who sadly passed away earlier this year. The sound effect of a rattlesnake really emphasizes the danger of these peppers, and also provides a bit of sonic foreshadowing for a later scene in which Homer hallucinates a snake.
Okay.
Anyway, Homer gets his tongue singed during his first attempt at eating the peppers, before getting the not-so-bright idea to coat his mouth with candle wax. He goes back for more.
Want some more, do you? Well, sure. Heck, it's not my job to talk people out of killing themselves.
Actually, that is your job, Chief. Upon ingesting the peppers, Homer hallucinates, embarking upon a mystical trip, guided by a fox voiced by Johnny Cash.
Fear not, Homer. I am your spirit guide.
Oh, yeah.
This is a visually stunning episode of the show and is filled with a lot of beautiful symbolism and references to the literary works of Carlos Castaneda. The scene I'd like to focus on is when the hallucinatory effects of the peppers just start to sink in. Check it out.
Flanders, you gotta help me.
Well, sure, buddy. I'd be happy to help out. What can I do? Doodly doo, doodly doodly diddly doodly, hobbly hoodly, hobbly hoodly, hobbly google gobble google gobble gabba gabba.
Goo goo gajoob.
Flanders' dialogue is treated with an effect that mimics altering the playback speed on an analog tape machine. If you were to take a recording and then turn up the playback speed on a tape machine, it would play back faster and would be higher in pitch. If you were to do the opposite, it would sound slower and lower in pitch. Check out this clip from the Midiverse TV YouTube channel, where he experiments with the playback speed on a cassette tape player. You can hear how altering the tape speed changes the pitch and speed of the audio, and you can even see the cassette tape play back faster. According to the commentary of the episode, this effect was done digitally, which is pretty impressive considering it aired in 1997, when digital audio was somewhat primitive compared to what we have now. Allow me to illustrate this effect in Pro Tools.
As I drag down these sliders, you'll notice that my voice becomes slower and lower in pitch.
As I drag them up,
However, it becomes faster and higher in pitch. It's a lot of fun to play around with these
controls and see
what kind of wacky sounds
You can come up with.
Flanders' voice becomes increasingly processed with reverb, and this horrifying sequence ends with him saying, "Gabba Gabba Hey," which is surely a reference to the Ramones. Jasper, whose voice is also drenched in reverb, says "Goo Goo Gajoob," a reference to the Beatles song "I Am the Walrus." We've got the weird bird version of Nelson. Miss Krabappel's line is a reference to the classic Charlie Brown cartoons, in which the adult voices are done using a muted trombone. I always love this concept, as it makes it seem like the adults are speaking a different language entirely. Lastly, Barney's signature belch was processed with both reverb and delay. As you can hear, they used a lot of experimental techniques in a very short period of time. This entire episode is filled with creative approaches to sound and animation, and is definitely worth a watch if you're seeking out inspiration. Just beware, as it's a bit scary if you've recently ingested some insanity peppers of your own. Make sure to click subscribe, and thanks to our subscriber and my friend Lawson Bruin for suggesting that we cover this sequence in an episode. If you have an idea for an episode of The Sounds of Springfield, leave it in the comments beneath.